Now back to DRC, some microfinance cooperatives have gone bankrupt in the eastern part of the country. Customers are distressed as it is becoming more difficult to withdraw from their savings, and the Congolese government has not intervened. It leaves questions as recent surveys shows a rise in the microfinance sector in the DRC. In 2015, the sector registered dozens of micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. Jean-David Mahamli and Michael Dibi reports.
The microfinance sector in eastern DRC is in crisis. Most of the institutions are lacking cash. Some have already closed, and the situation may get worse if nothing is done. Savers say they are distressed. We deposit our money so that we can save for investment purposes, but when we come to withdraw the money for that purpose, you are limited to a certain level.
It is no.
Today, more than a dozen credit unions and institutions as well as microfinance institutions have already closed. The state should take responsibility for these failures, first by intervening to see what has been resulting in these failures. The state bears the biggest responsibility for this, and we demand the state should refund the money to us. The manager of the corporation, Patient Choya, calls into question the management and the weaknesses of the central bank in enhancing internal controls.
Le cause majeure, je peux citer d'abord.
On the other hand, external actors, for example, the government, in most cases,
Lorsque, pour certains cas, le dirigeant
should find that savings and credit cooperatives are not sufficient, scrutinized by the government.
en dehors du circuit de la coopérative même.
People are wondering whether they should keep money in a piece of bamboo used by the Asians to keep money in the ages past, or resort to holding at home cooking itself is risky.
To shed more light on the issue, we have Mr. Defo Balibuno, a financial expert from the Democratic Republic of Congo, on the line. Welcome to the program. Now, what is the major cause of this microfinance crisis in the eastern part of the DRC?
In the tradition of east of the DR Congo, on 10 houses, there are 9 owners and a single tenant. At a time, there was inflation in the real estate. But the microfinance banks give merely credit and receive guarantor. The microfinances have sunk in the present times. They give out a lot of money. The risks are high compared to the past, where there was bankruptcy.
What is the way out of this crisis?
To contain this crisis, they have to return to the state. The central bank protects the savings of citizens. It should first place its role of direction and sound the rules in a timely manner, be preventive and not defensive. The states have to, because microfinance have their deposits in the central bank and the reserve of Congolese states. The state should also subsidize and repay these institutions who have their security deposited at the central bank. For the second concern, it is the state that creates wealth. It may result to the institutions of Bretton Woods. It receives a credit in long time. It should bail out these institutions to a maximum rate equal to 10% a year. instead of less than 1% a month.
Well, thanks for coming on the show. And with that, we've come to the end of this week's edition. Thanks for watching. Get interactive via our social media platforms, both in English and French. Join us again, same time next week.